Right, hello again. Today I'm going to tie for you a fly that I call my Stalking Damsel. It's a fly I came up with to stalk the sort of big rainbow trout out of still waters like sort of Diva Springs, Avington, you know, the small intimate stalking waters really. And it's been really successful. Actually, this has been, of all the flies that I sell, this is one that I sell the most of, without any shadow of a doubt. I sell more of these than anything else. They just work. They're quick to tie, and they catch fish. Simple as that, really. So, let's start. Sorry, I moved the vise. Let's start by popping a hook in the vise, and it's a size 10. It's a long shank style hook, heavyweight long shank style hook, and there's a 3.3 I think millimeter, or 3.5 millimeter will do if you haven't got a 3.3 tungsten bead in black on the front. And as well as that, I'm just going to add about 5 turns of lead. This is a heavy fly. You know, when I designed this, I wanted it to be a fly that dropped quickly in the water, and you know, I put resin in this, put resin on this as well, a UV resin once I've finished, which will harden it up and allow it to be slightly more hydrodynamic. And believe me, this fly drops like it's been kicked in the love spuds, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's start just behind the lead with the thread, come back to opposite the barb, run the thread up, and then just run it over the lead a little bit, just to lock that lead in, and then come back again. Okay, tail, olive marabou. This is just a Vineyards turkey marabou, and I take off kind of that much. Again, I don't really measure, I just do it all by eye. We're going to snip the waist off. As usual, we're doing it over the bin. There we go. And then, like we do with marabou, come in with my fingernails and take off, see all this fluff I've taken off? Take off all this fluff, and you're revealing those bare stalks. You see the bare stalks? It makes it neater to tie in. I'm going to come up, I'm going to catch it in, opposite the barb. It's going to come back a bit there. Catch it in. It's fighting me. Sometimes if it fights you, I just lick my fingers and I twist the marabou in between my fingers if it's fighting you, and it makes it slightly easier to tie in. There you go, look. So if you're having trouble with marabou, just lick your fingers, spin it in between those fingers, and you'll find your marabou will behave. Now, length, I like it about 1.5-ish, the hook shank length. Not really long, but long enough. Don't forget, as I've said before, you can always, you know, make this shorter when you're fishing. You can't make it longer though. But that, I normally just leave it as it is, to be fair. And then I've got red mirror flash, which is this stuff here. I've folded it in half. And I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way down the tail. So just turn the fly so I can see what I'm doing better. What I'm doing is I'm putting it on the side, coming in with my thumb and finger and pinching it and holding it there like that. I'm doing that on my side. And then I'm going to come around 1, 2, 3 with a couple of turns. And then I'm going to take the flash, I'm going to pull it down your side, catch it in, nice and neat. And then I'm going to run the thread up to where the back of the lead is, and then snip. Let's do this. There we go. And then snip 3. There is your tail and your flash. Now the rib is copper wire, and it's a large copper wire. It's actually a copper wire that I bought from whatchamacallit, Hobbycraft. That's it. So we're just gonna tie it in, and I'm gonna try and tie it in and keep it on the bottom as I tie in. I don't know whether it helps to keep the fly sat upright properly as you're looking at it now in the water or not, but I've always done it that way. And you know, when something really works for you, you don't really want to change doing what you do. Keep doing what you do until it stops working, and then when it stops working, then you can think to yourself, right, I'm gonna have to do something different here. Anyway, I'm just building a lovely carrot shape now. So coming down halfway, coming back up, going round to the, you know, looking round the fly and making sure everything is nice. I'm happy with that. And I'll come round with my lead, normally 1, 2, 3. I'll come up with the 4th turn, follow it with my thread, put that, whoops, slipped on me, pulled it too hard then, whoop. Put that 90-degree bend into the wire, come around once, twice. Make sure you've got lead. Make sure you've got wax on your thread. 2, 3. Trap it in. Pulling that, I'm pulling the thread one way and the wire the other way. I'm really tightening to make sure it's all nice and tight. And as usual, we don't cut wire because we just ruin our scissors. We just move the wire back and forth, fatiguing it. And then cover up any ends. And then come in with a whip finish. 3's plenty, don't forget, like I said, we're going to put UV resin on this. And there's the tie. Like I said, it's very, very quick to tie. I mean, I don't know whether you could call this a guide fly or not, but you know, when I do take people guiding, I do like to have flies that are very, very quick to tie. No disrespect to anybody, but you know, some people can put them up trees and blah, 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 blah. And when I am guiding, I like the clients to use flies that I know will work 100%. And then I can write the fly out of the equation, if you know what I mean. I'm watching the fish and their reactions anyway, so you can work it out. But, you know, with a guide fly, you just want something that's really quick to tie and catches fish. So there we go. Now, I'm not going to build up this resin so it's level with the tops of the copper wire. I want those bumps. I don't know whether it causes more vibration in the water as it's pulled through the water with those bumps being there or not. But again, this is how I originally tied it, and it works. So we're going to come in. We're going to come in and attempt to set our resin there as per usual. Things go wrong, but never mind. My light wasn't plugged in properly. I've got a foot pedal here for the lamp, and I hadn't pushed the wire in properly on the foot pedal. But hey ho, there it is. I think I advertised this fly as my Avington Diva Stalking Damsel. Very easy to tie, very easy indeed. Nice and heavy, like I said, it just drops like a stone. So there's another one for you. I hope you enjoyed this one. Very quick one. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.